Hello everybody, this is Friday, October the 7th, 2016. It is now 8:05 p.m. Okay, this is Mo's earthquake update time. I am just going to be focusing on what has happened. Unfortunately, I cannot predict earthquakes, and I don't think I want to, honestly. Okay. In the last hour, there has been 1.7 magnitude in Alaska, which they have been getting quite a few. And in a few minutes, I'll give you a rundown of basically how many there. There was a 3.2 in Honoka, Hawaii. Okay, that was an earthquake. That was 21 minutes ago. And it was 9 kilometers deep. There was a 4.7 in Chile. Now that is in our ring of fire, and Hawaii is in the middle of our ring of fire. Then in Afghanistan, and I want to tell you a few more things about Afghanistan, there was a 4.4 an hour ago. Okay, and I believe that was a very, very deep one. So I don't know if anyone actually felt that or if anyone's reporting it. According to USGS, it has not been reported on. But there are a lot of our soldiers still in Afghanistan. And these earthquakes were happening looks like northeast of Kabul. Okay, that's a 4.4, but there were some other ones too I want to mention to you. Okay, that's the 4 in the last hour. Your listing for today, the biggest one was in the Pacific Antarctic Ridge. And it was about 10 kilometers deep, the Antarctic Ridge, okay? The biggest one this week is a 5.8 that happened in Taiwan, and they've had several. Also, the biggest one this month has been a 6.9 in Fiji. And the biggest one this year has been in Ecuador, Esmeraldas, Ecuador, 7.8. Oh, that was a while back. Okay. Today there has been 86 earthquakes. There's been 637 in the past 7 days. 3,351 in the past month. And in the past year, from this time back to the same time last year, 42,144 earthquakes. Okay, this is for all my people that are studying earthquakes and volcanoes. That's why I'm doing these updates for. It's for people that are studying it. Okay, the most recent earthquakes in the past 24 hours. Hawaii, a 3.2, it was 9 kilometers deep. Chile, that 4.6 that I've already mentioned. Afghanistan, 4.4. Indonesia, 4.7. Baja, California did have one. It was 9 kilometers deep. And there has been several other earthquakes still going on around that Salton Sea area. They've been talking about that. Indonesia had 2 of them today. 44 kilometers deep and 130 kilometers deep. 4.7 and a 4.3. Many areas of Indonesia is in our ring of fire, so we keep an eye on it. Okay, Mexico 10 hours ago had a 4.6. And Papua New Guinea, a 4.8, 117 kilometers deep. Okay. Chile, and that very, very coast. There has been more there. Also, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 of these are all in the ring of fire. And that one up in Alaska, there's still some going on there too. So I will give you a rundown of the ring of fire, basically. See if I can find it. Okay, over there in Afghanistan in the past 2 days, they've had a 4.4, a 4.4, and a 4.3. Our soldiers are still located over there. These three earthquakes were northeast of Cable. Okay, those are pretty big earthquakes. All that desert area out there, my gosh, you know. But the city of Cable, though, it's pretty busy. But they've had so much trouble over there with all the fighting and going on. So that's pretty scary right there. Now in the Taiwan and Japan area, 4.7, 4.9, and a 4.8, and that's in the past 2 days. Also coming down from your China area, 5.0, 5.8, 5.7, 4.7, that's Taiwan in there too. A lot going on right there. And those are all in your ring of fire right there, and we know Japan's got some volcanoes over there. Okay, north of Australia, northeast, 4.8 and a 4.7. The New Zealand area, 4.5. That was probably yesterday. I did not see that today. On that coastline of California, lots of still going on there. 3.4, 3.1, 2.9, 3.0, 3.0, 2.5. Several of those are around that Salton Sea area. They're still watching that. Today's the 7th. I don't know if they canceled their alert or not. I haven't seen that. But these earthquakes are still going on there. And that's just the ones that are over a 2. Okay, that's anything over a 2. So I know there's several that are 1s still going on there. Oklahoma, you're still having some earthquakes there. It just doesn't seem to want to quit. We got a 3.2, a 2.6, 2.5, 2.8, 3.4, 2.6, 2.6. And this is in the past 2 days. And I know that was in Medford and Pawnee. So it's still going on around there. And that 5.2 down in the South Pacific, that was yesterday. And the coast of Chile, which is in our ring of fire, is still having some earthquakes. Just looking at my map here, I see 5 right there in the same area. 4.4, a 4.7 was the biggest one. And Alaska is still getting swarmed right there around that Redoubt area and several other ones. And a 3.7 real close to Pavlov. 3.1, 3.7, 2.7, 2.7, and 2.5. So that's all around that Alaska area, Cook Inlet, and Anchorage. So really, really busy. And Washington had a few. 2.6, that's the west coast, Washington, just south of Seattle, southwest of Seattle. Indonesia's having some still. Puerto Rico still. That's not in our ring of fire, though. South Mexico is still having some. And we can't forget our friends and families down in Florida. They're getting hit by that Matthew hurricane. It's still raging down there. I believe that it began to strike land today, and it will continue. Also, North Carolina, they're expecting you to get hit as well. And I believe even some areas of Georgia, South Carolina, anything on that coastline there, just be alert for what's going on. They have already evacuated many people from Florida, so we just want to keep alert, have your preparedness statement in hand and ready to move when it comes to your state, especially along that North Carolina there and South Carolina on that coastline. Okay? This has been Mo with your earthquake info time, a little bit of weather updates, and some volcanoes. I haven't heard anything about any volcanoes. I didn't see anything going on in Wyoming today or yesterday. So we will be back with another one just as soon as possible. Thank you so much. Have a good evening, and be sure and hit that subscribe button if you have not already subscribed to Mo Chat. Bye.